Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I can't believe we're halfway through the week already, Kim.
Can you believe we're halfway through the month already?
I know it's right. Happy New Year. It's the first time I'm seeing you. So yeah, everyone, you guys know me. I'm Nancy Quinn, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers. And I am here with Kim Vanderpool of Fresh Impact LLC to help us with all our marketing needs, especially social media. So tell everybody what we're talking about today, Kim.
Well, today we're going to talk about the trends because it seems like we all like to talk about like what's happening and what's new. And with the marketing and social media specifically, the old way doesn't work anymore. And there's a lot of changes, but that's good. It's going to take a lot of pressure off of you because all you have to do is show up as yourself.
Show up as yourself, which is sort of what we've been saying, but why
Right.
is it different now in 2026? What are they saying?
Well, what they're saying for a couple things is the way social is moving is changing some, and we'll talk about some of the highlights specifically with Instagram in just a minute. But the biggest thing is that a lot of people will, we always hear like SEO is so important, and it is important. But now with the AI agents and Chat GPT, what's really more important is that we have a consistent message. And so that when someone goes to your website and then they go to your Facebook and your Instagram and LinkedIn, are you speaking the same message? Do they know that you work for your client, like you are into the luxury interior design or you are in the commercial interior design? A lot of times when I will go and audit social media platforms, I usually go to their website first just to get a general overview. But then they'll say luxury design for empty nesters on their website. But then on their Facebook page, they'll say kitchen interior designer. And on their Instagram, it might say bathroom interior designer or interior designer for busy households. Well, it's getting all mixed messages. And what happens then, like we don't think it's that big of a deal. And what usually happens is we set one page up and then we'll go to, we'll start our Facebook and then a year later we'll do our Instagram or something. And so it's really important though, because now when I'm sure you've seen it too, that when you're on Google and different things, the AI is actually answering it, but AI doesn't know how to answer it if we don't have that clear message. And so making sure you have a clear message, and then we'll talk a little bit more about niching down. The first thing I want to talk about though is on Instagram. Everybody's used to posting pretty pictures, our profile, our projects and those kind of things. Right now, Instagram in January 2026 is prioritizing DMs. They're kind of like the new algorithm.
Oh, come on, really?
And so what we're doing is they want the shared content, and that's not been anything new, is that the algorithm always responded better if you posted content that was share worthy content. And so anytime that you can post a reel or a static image post or a carousel or even a story that encourages messaging me or encourages a response of some type, like doing polls in stories, or do you like this? Would you do that? Your content will, if it can lead to a conversation, that's going to get rewarded. And so where I see some, call to actions are really important, but we don't want, I follow this one coach. I love her dearly and she's really good, but everything is always pointing towards, give me this, code word and I'll tell you more about my program.
Right. And we played around with that a little bit, but it's not every post, right? Some people are doing it every single time.
Yes. And so what we recommend is one promotional post, 3 value posts. So the value post can be education, entertaining, engagement of some type, and 1 promotional post. So try to keeping that balance because nobody likes to be sold to, and that is out. People don't want to. They want to build that trust. An example is this morning I was in a Facebook group reading the comments. Someone had asked a question. She was struggling with something. And this lady responded back in a really, really insightful, beautiful way. And I like her response. She showed so what did I do? I checked on her, went to her profile, and then I read a little bit about her post, saw some of her posts, and it's like, oh, I really like this. It aligns well. I went to her business page, followed her business. That is what social media is doing. And so we get discouraged because we think people aren't following us. Well, we have to give them a reason. And what we do.
That was a perfect example of how interacting grows your Instagram, right? She
Right.
interacted, you got interested, and then you followed her. And that's
Correct.
why the interaction, the communicating, the socializing is so important
And
on
you know
social.
what? She has no idea because I haven't reached out to her yet. But I've already shared her story 3 times this morning. So,
I gotta go look now.
right, right. It makes a big difference. So we want our content to lead to conversation. And how do we do this? What are some content ideas? Would be doing like, would you do this in your home? Yes or no? Something simple. Or 3 things to avoid in your kitchen remodel. And then the call to action would be, need help with yours? DM me. Sending them to your DMs instead of sending them to your website right away, because when they go to your website, they'll go there and look at your stuff and you might lose them. If you get them that conversation, you can keep going back and forth. And then sharing your client transformations. So your client hired you to redo their kitchen. Why? Was it because they were frantic and they had a mess all over the place? Was it they needed more storage? Was it because they had a busy family and they wanted breakfast all together? Why did your client hire you, and what transformation did you provide in that home? So telling a little bit more of that story so people can see themselves in it.
Yes, makes sense.
Yes. So again, spark that conversation. Short form video is still important, but it's shifting a little bit. Before we could get by with B-roll and then captions on top of it. They want to see our faces. They want to see us.
This is an annoying trend that's growing instead of going away.
And the reason it's growing is unfortunately because of all the AI, and people can just like, is it AI or not? I mean, we're even watching the news now, and I'm asking, my husband will share something. I said, well, is that AI or is it really, did it really happen?
Is that real? Yeah, we
Right.
don't know what
And
to
so
trust anymore.
we're doing that. So you can do a video, and you don't necessarily have to show your face. You can even just be showing a room that you're redesigning and then talking, doing that talking and stuff. So doing design tips and process walkthroughs, you're showing that real, authentic, and anytime you can engage in that. Even doing like, did you know that if you put this cabinet thing like this in your cupboard, you could store everything and it saves your life? Or did you know that there's this thing to put all your cords in, or something like that? And then if you're vehemently opposed to showing your face, but you can tell a story. So if you could do even a little background roll of the kitchen that you helped transform, give that story verbally, that's going to make a difference. So those are the things with the reels.
Okay.
And then Pinterest is starting to become more, it's a platform that's emerging a little bit more again. But Instagram and Pinterest, they want to know who you're talking to. So it's really important to, unless you are a lifestyle influencer, that would be a different approach. But for the average interior designer, speak about what you're doing with design. So are you a kitchen remodeler? Are you bathroom? Do you do homes? Do you do in your target audience? What they don't necessarily want to see is how to potty train your 2-year-old on your design platform.
Right. Keep
Yes.
it design related or personal background stuff related about you and your business.
Right. And this is where your business in words that you teach comes in handy, is because we want to make sure our content addresses who do we help, how do we help them, and what's the transformation.
And that's my whole exercise. It's like your elevator pitch. It's called Your Business in Words. It's free on my website. And I highly recommend it as your starting point of a bio or an explanation as to what you do.
Correct. And once you've completed that, then go to your social platforms and say, is that same message becoming across? And if you don't know, then that's where you take your business in words, take what you have for your bio, what you have for your about on Facebook and your LinkedIn, put it into ChatGPT and say, this is my business's word. This is what am I about? Is that message coming across through my bio? And if not, have ChatGPT help offer suggestions and then edit accordingly.
Yes. And by the way, my business in words now comes with a GPT assistant. So you can do it the old way. I still have it. And then you can do it through a GPT that I trained on how to ask you questions and come up with your 4 sentences. So easy breezy.
Correct. And like I was on a client call this morning, and we've had this client for years. She's only had like maybe 4 or 5 profile or project pictures. Like she just doesn't have anything. but we've been able to use stock images for her because she has a very clear brand. She's got a very clear target audience, and she's got a very distinct style. Like, she likes to be really colorful. So by doing that, you can't really tell that we're using stock images, but she knows who she's talking to and what result and transformation she can offer. And that's what I would recommend. That's probably like the biggest challenge we see when working with new clients, or even in the club, or when I'm doing audits, is that we don't know who you're talking to, and I can't see myself in there. So providing that, using your business and words. We mentioned AI. A lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to use AI or whatever. AI is really advanced. And I think we need to think of it as a marketing tool. It's not going to be your marketing solution, but using a tool, like, can it help you brainstorm ideas for captions, or can it help you brainstorm ideas for content related to what's going on in February in the design world type thing. So,
and it can help you make images also. Instead of doing stock images, you can use Midjourney and create images that are, just let it always post that it's an AI generated image.
Right. And that it is more reflective of your brand. Like, maybe you always bring something into your style, and then not being afraid to tell what makes you unique. If you are, why do you design? Why do you make the choices that you do? Then AI can really help refine that. And then look at your most popular posts that you've used before in the past. Like, hey, it really resonated. See if you can't put that into ChatGPT and say, this really resonated with my audience. I would like 3 more ideas. Can you help me figure that out? And then using the tools in your analytics and AI combined can really help simplify you, because we don't want marketing to be more of a burden. We want it to be more simple. And that's what that tool is for.
Absolutely. Love it. Okay.
Yep. And then last but thing is that, again, I'm honing this in because it's very, very important. Clarity. Like, what is your message and who are you speaking to? That's going to win the game. You can do posting 20 times a day. You can be on every platforms, but if you're not clear on who your message is, it's going to get lost.
Yes. And I thought of something else while you were talking, and then it bounced right off of my brain, but, I know what it was. If you look at your social media or your website, my tip of the day, and it could be any designer. It could be any interior designer, because you're very generic. I can do this, I can do that. Or you're just showing very generic. You're not showing your personality or your brand specific or your point of view. Then you're very generic. And we're trying to say to you, you will be hired more consistently if you show your personality, which is your brand. It's what differentiates you from any other interior designer, is your personality, and then sometimes your style or what you've chosen to focus on. But primarily, it's who you are as a person.
And we have a designer that's in the club, and she lives in Colorado as an outdoor enthusiast. I said, bring that through, because you're going to attract other outdoor enthusiasts because they can relate to you. So you're taking away some of that fear of working with a designer that they might have, because they already trust you, because they know who you are and what you're like. Oh, I like to hike. She likes to hike. Yes. She's going to get me. And she's going to be able to help me transform my home into what I want, because she gets me. If you're into the theater, share that you like the theater. If you're a reader, share the books you're reading. And you don't have to be like in your face. There's subtle ways to do that, but just those little things that people can see you do. They like to know their designers are on, staying with what's new, but yet if maybe you do more of, not safe, I'm drawing a blank, traditional. If you do
right. But either way, they want to know they're comfortable with you coming into their home. And if there's a common ground that can be identified even before they get on the phone with you, it makes them automatically more comfortable.
Right. Awesome. Yep. And that's what we want to focus on. 2026, there is going to be more and more noise. You're not going to beat the algorithm by trying to post more or be on the noise. What we want to do is stand out. How do you stand out as a designer? And you can only be you, is basically what my whole message is.
Only be you. So yes. Do it well.
Yes. The 2026 trend is be yourself, but show up as yourself.
Show up as yourself consistently, and then show yourself as the expert in your field.
Correct. Yes. And don't worry about the likes. What we want to worry about is the shares and the conversation. Like
Shares in the conversation. Yeah. So much to keep up on, which is why we have you. Tell everyone how to find you and what you can do for them. And of course, I love the Get It Done Club, so definitely mention that as well.
Okay. So yeah, so freshimpactsocialmedia.com is our website. And yes, we have the Get It Done Marketing Club, where we basically are your coach, trainer, teacher, whatever you want in your back pocket. We help you. Even the other day, someone had gotten kicked out of their Facebook page. Literally did not have access to it, but we spent hours trying to figure it out, and we were able to get her back in. And so we're there to we're your support person. We'll help show you, keep you up to date. We meet 3 times a week through Zoom for open office hours. We have a scheduling platform, and we have a whole bunch of other resources that are available for you.
So be clear, you don't have to show up 3 times a week, but it's available for you to show up and do your work and have a coach in the Zoom room helping you figure out what steps to take and to help you through obstacles. And that's what the Get It Done Club, to help you with all your social media posting. And I just love the fact, and I always tell my Profit Insiders, go to the Get It Done Club once a month. Once you get all your stuff cleaned up, and then plan a month's worth of content. And then you don't, or plan a month and a half. So then next month, you only need to plan a month, and you keep yourself going that way. Get ahead and then keep it going.
Right. And then we have micro trainings that keep you up to date on the trends, like hashtags are out. So then we talk about that, or how to make reels. And I'd like to offer to anybody that's listening is, last week we did a training on marketing strategy for 2026. We will be offering that as a webinar next week for no charge. And I will put a link to the sign up in our comments underneath the video here.
Awesome. And tell everyone out loud, because someone's asking on Instagram, how do they join the Get It Done Club?
They can either message me and I'll send them the link, and we can talk and schedule a call to talk about it, or there is a link on our website. There's
which is
freshimpactsocialmedia.com or freshimpactllc.com. Both.
Okay, just making sure I repeat it so this person gets it, gets to write it down before we hang up. All right. And you'll go in afterwards in all the places that we're broadcasting and put in a link to your webinar and to join the club.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, Kim.
You bet. Thanks for joining.
All right. Everybody go check out FreshImpactLLC.com for all your social media needs, literally from helping train you on how to do it yourself all the way up to managed services where they do it for you and everything in between. So I like how Kim has that progression for all of you. So go check it out, and we'll see you next